Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 12 of the Refugee to Regent Challenge Monster Edition. I'm on the server with my wife, Angelface. Say hello.
Hi.
So we're going to give you kind of a quick overview of the end of the wood settlement stage. Right now I am on top of the watchtower that I've built. It's all made of wood, of course, in this part of the stage. I really wish, at least in my opinion, this should have been one of the first things you build in the stone stage, because I think, it just kind of works better when you have a watchtower made of stone. But, I think I did an alright job. It's tall and formative looking, I think. So let's go take a look and see what other stuff we have built in this stage. I'll make my way over to where my wife's at, and she's kind of taking care of the breeding of the ranch houses and the farmhouses and stuff like this, so that everything over here is kind of her territory. Everything that you saw right there at the beginning, all this land is kind of her area for expanding the farms, because they need a lot of land. So right here you can see she's got growing the wheat fields, and she's got a tomato field going there, and a carrot field right here. Right here is her little farmhouse, a nice little A-frame. And then over here we've been planting trees kind of around everywhere, so that if we need some wood for whatever, we can just go ahead and quickly chop them down and get what we need and move on. Over here you can see you got cows and sheep and chickens, and what's this small pen for? Or I guess I could read the sign. Sunflower Ranch Future Site.
Pigs.
Oh, pigs. Okay. And looks like she's planting some sugarcane around the little pond here, where we have to constantly rescue villagers because they like to go for a swim. And
Building a fence around it.
oh, okay, yeah, that'll help. And of course, here is the middle of the village. And since we have expanded quite a bit, I think we've actually expanded the village border. So we've had iron golem spawn. The villagers have been making happy faces constantly, so we have lots of babies running around. And I think that's actually, we got one golem there, one stuck in a tree right there, and yep, there's the other one. There's a 3. So we got 3 iron golems that have spawned, kind of running around and whatnot. So that's the first time I've actually had an iron golem spawn, because I usually just had, if we have a village, we usually just build in the village. Haven't really expanded it except for maybe like one house, but with this challenge in building so many houses, we've got quite a lot of things to build. So the first house right here is the watchman's house, which is for the watchtower, and this is one of the houses my wife built. So simple little house right here, cooking area, bed, and of course the chest with what he needs to defend the town in time of need. We've also sprinkled some farms around here. Oh look, the golem's got a rose. How sweet. We've been planting a lot of things around here just so we have plenty of stuff to live off of. Lots of berry bushes around just to kind of spruce things up instead of just plain area. The first house over here is one of the refugee shelters that my wife built. They don't require much. They just need 3 rooms, a storage room, a bedroom, and 1 additional room to taste. So she's put a little loft bedroom up here, and then what we've usually done is the taste room is just a little kitchen. And then I built a simple little well here in the middle. Do we have any villagers in there? No. So let's keep it that way. Shall we get out of here? Yes, go away. Next over here, home over here is the our little player shanty. In this, we've needed 5 rooms in here, so I've built a little kitchen, a little dining room with the BiblioCraft tables and chairs, simple little workroom, and then upstairs I've gotten the bedroom and the storeroom. Nice and simple. This room will probably be converted over, or this house rather, will be converted over to an elder room in the next, once we finish off this stage, which we're really close to doing. We just need a little bit more leather to get leather armor for ourselves to keep in our rooms, and then we'll be all set. The next one, which I've kind of kept, these are the houses that I've built over here in this little corner. I've stayed in the same building style. Here's the elder's house, again with a kitchen, a little workroom, a little office, and then the little bedroom up here. I've stayed with ladders this time, and just to kind of conserve space and whatnot. If you're wondering what these little holes are, these are kind of like the windows, but since we're not allowed to use glass, I've just kind of left them open right now. So there's kind of, you know, back in the times they didn't really have windows too many. I don't know. So I just left them open air. Here's my little take on the refugee shelter. Simple little long room, kitchen, storeroom, bed upstairs. I need to show you that. I've also taken the chisel mod, used the rule of cool to get myself a chisel and turn the dirt into a nice little dirt path that kind of connect everything instead of just you know, kind of spruce things up a little bit since everything's kind of plain. Random chests are random, of course. This is the house I was originally turning into the player shanty originally, but I think I said in my last video, I didn't like the way it was looking, so I turned it into the community center because I really didn't have an idea of what I wanted to build with that. So in here we got our item bank, which is kind of, you know, got some couple double chests in here along with our tinker construct tables that I'll be moving. Food bank which is the kitchen. Armory with a bunch of double chests. Hospital with some beds. And then, oh, here's the ladder. Go upstairs, and we have our offices. My office, the elder's office, and my wife's office. Nothing much, just a simple little, you know, desk in there. Next round, we have to put some bookcases in there and do some other stuff. I just put a flat top roof on here for now because this is going to be expanded. Same thing with out there. I'll be expanding out there for other stuff, and I'll probably just be building up and whatnot. Nice, keep it simple. And then I excavated a ton of dirt from over this area and planted a bunch of trees, so you can see there up on the top right the mini map. This is kind of our wood farming ground right now. We've been using a ton of wood, and this area down here where all the houses were was kind of like a small little lake. Did lots of terraforming and put all the dirt in here and kind of used this as a place to store some land. Nice and simple. The next stage will be our stone hamlet stage, so we'll be making a mine. Also be building have to build another elder's house, a couple more little hamlet huts they're called, so another couple little houses like that. We have to build walls. Increase this, you know, size of our house and a settlement center and a bunch of other things. So it's going to require quite a bit more resources and quite a bit more time. I'll probably record a little episode maybe halfway through that or something like that to kind of show you the progress we've done there, and maybe another one at the end, kind of like I'm doing now. If you want to see more of that before I get done recording those, let me know in the comments. I'll show you this building over here that I forgot. This little two-story place is the Sunflower Ranch. Is this the ranch house?
Where are you at?
The two-story.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the chicken coop. All kinds of eggs in there. Holy cow, there's a lot of eggs in there. Let's gather those up. Get some more chickens. And let's take a look inside. So we got our kitchen, got storeroom, and more storerooms, double chests for eggs and food stove and seeds. And then upstairs we have the beds for all the ranchers. And then they can go up here to the roof and look out over the livestock and everything else and make sure there's nothing encroaching upon their lands. And if they can call the watchmen over and have them kill anything. Spend a lot of time with torches lighting pretty much the area you can see on the map lit up. There's quite a difference. It's helped significantly where we don't have monsters coming up on us constantly, so that's been nice.
So guys, here is the mine shaft. Did a little editing there to cut away to a couple days down the road. Wanted to show you the mine shaft before I ended the video here. And the mine shaft is something new in the Stone Hamlet stage. We've moved on to that stage since the last little clip there. So we can now use stone tools and build with stone. So one of the cool things is since we can do that, it kind of makes sense to go ahead and build a mine shaft and whatnot. So I've went ahead and done that and have been digging down and kind of just gathering a whole bunch of resources for the later stages. Nothing, it's your pretty atypical mine shaft and whatnot in Monster, where there's a lot of resources. You kind of come down and gather all that you can. The one thing that you can only go down to, you'll notice here on the little screen there that I'm down on level 30, and that's as far as you can go down on the Stone Hamlet stage. If you happen to fall down to a lower level, you have to immediately get back up to level 30 that you were on. You'll see here that I mined out a couple things, so I grabbed those, but then I had to come right back up. So I can't get down to diamond level quite just yet. The one exception to that is if you happen to come across a ravine that goes down below that's open up to the open air, you can go down as far as the ravine goes. But if you're underground, you can only go down to 30. The other requirement is that there must be wooden reinforcement every 10 blocks or so. So what I've done is I've made, using my little nifty hammer here, been going down 3x3 holes every 9, I think. So I got a 3 here, and then I got a weight 3, and then I got the indentation for the wooden support, and then another 3, and then another little mine shaft dig kind of right there. So there's this big hole of stuff that I haven't mined here, but since I'm on level 30, I'm not all that concerned about it. This is mainly just going to be for me to have the mine shaft for requirement sake. I'll have a further mine shaft to kind of down below this one that'll kind of snake down, probably, I don't know, probably somewhere else where I'll pretty much excavate everything out of there that that'll be worthwhile down on that level. I will plan on putting stairs in here to make this traversal back up a little easier, but until then, this little thing that I got isn't too bad. It's, like I said, pretty much your atypical little mine shaft and whatnot. And I decided to build it over in the Mesa biome, or rather, I think it's actually called, Badlands in Monster, where all the clay is at. And I figured, that's probably would probably be good for roleplay wise and whatnot, to kind of build it here. So that's what I've done. And what I decided to do and kind of lay out, I'm going to build a bridge here. This is your regular dirt bridge, but I'm going to build a little decorative bridge here going over to the mine shaft, and I'll probably build another watchtower here to fulfill another part of that requirement and whatnot, so that'll be added on soon. The other thing that I've been working on in this stage is our player abode, and that's what this is. It's been a fair amount of time on this. Originally I was on another server when we were trying this out, and kind of worked out a smaller imprint design, but since the player state is one thing you have to expand as time goes on, I decided to go ahead and build the bigger imprint on the ground, and then leave room for different expansion going up. So you'll notice that's what that little portion right there is. It's kind of plain and ugly right now. Right now it's just a kind of a cubed straight tower thing right now, but that's gonna change. I'm gonna have like a little balcony right about where that mouse cursor is right here, kind of like a little garden area coming out somewhere around there. And then I also have an area jutting out somewhere around that level, and then probably something a little higher up on the back side as well. But this is pretty much your standard little decorative stone alteration blocks, you know, kind of alternating stuff, so it kind of gives a little depth to it and whatnot. It got one of the main, the second floor to the area right there with little glass panes. I really like the way that this texture pack lays everything out. It's really kind of a nice medieval type feel to it. And I like the redwood trapdoors on here. It really gives a nice feeling, like, because the standard wooden trapdoors on this don't look quite right. I'm gonna put a sign there. That's why that's kind of like that. And we'll go right in. Welcome to my home. Why don't you? And he's going upstairs, I guess. So this is kind of like my little storage chest for my building materials, so I don't have to run back to the other chest. I've built a circular little archway going into what's going to become my tinker room. The seared bricks right here I didn't make. I actually came across a couple villages and tore down their smelteries because they're not going to use them. It's just kind of sitting there. So I decided to go ahead and tear those down and bring them right here. I did, however, make the smeltery controller and the drains and these guys right here with some bricks and whatnot that I smelted up in the furnaces and crafted this stuff. Again, like you'll notice here, there's no lava here. On the back side is the seared tank, and you'll notice it's empty because I do not have a bucket and I can't go down to lava to get one. But what I'm thinking about doing is, again, invoking that rule of cool. I won't be able to use the metals in crafting, but I'll be able to do my ore doubling that way and put the regular blocks in here and have them melt down and, you know, cast them out into stone blocks, or not stone blocks, but like iron blocks and whatnot. And just have it all prepared for when we do get to the iron stage instead of using that quartz grindstone, because I don't feel like sitting here and going like that constantly or just holding it down. You know, that's just no. Although in the last server, I think I did put like I rested my mouse up against my monitor and put my phone on the mouse button and just kind of like left it sit there and put a couple stacks of ore in there for a while. That worked. And upstairs, it's nothing here. It's just, you know, you'll notice this is open to the sky, but there'll be little holes, like the hole in the wall that'll go there, and there'll be, and actually this is going to be covered up because there's going to be a ladder coming up to this floor because I'm not going to do a stairs, I don't think, although I may change my mind. And then there'll be whatnot going up from here. And then I'll have little chandeliers that I got going here, but I want to use glowstone for that, but I don't have any. I take that back. I do have a little bit of glowstone that I've gotten from a couple villages, magic towers, but I can't craft them. Not allowed to. Yeah, I'll stick with that. And then this room, I'm not sure what this is going to be just yet, but it's a space. I like how the, again, really liking the textures in this pack and how everything kind of comes together. So yeah, this is going to be my player house, and I'll be showing updates to this as it goes along. This little room right here will be a kitchen, and I'm going to be using the agricultural mod, Agri, to design most of that. And I think right now I can do the counters in the oven, but I can't do the processor because it's got an ignite, and I can't do that, and or that, which kind of sucks. But, so I'll have that, you know, going along as it goes. I'll have some stuff. So yeah, that's about all that's really changed at the beginning of the stone stage. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this here, and that'll be the end of this episode. I know I said at the beginning of the episode it was episode 12, but it's actually number 2. You haven't missed anything if you stayed around and listened to this video that long. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the love. See you later. Bye.